Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Abutu David. But before we proceed, do me a favor by hitting the subscribe button, like and share this video because this video is going to be very insightful. It will help us a lot. Pay attentive and listen good. Alright, I have a little material here. I jot down some stuffs that is going to help us improve our lives. Please, if it's necessary, bring out your jotting materials because we are going to take some notes. Or you can use your iPad or notepad to jot down some of the few points we are going to buttress on. It is always good to take note. It is always good to write things down so that you don't forget. I know some of us brains are like machines, but in order for you not to forget, in order for you to always actualize things that are not real or that are not visible, it is better you jot down. Welcome back to this channel. Today, I'm going to talk about mistake. Mistake. This is not the first time you have been hearing about mistake. This is not the first time you know something called mistake. Mistake, for my jotting right here, I call mistake as an error, a misunderstanding, or wrong action. In other words, it is something that is not correct. Anything that is not correct is called mistake. Are we together? I hope you have written this down. So, I have 3 parts of mistakes. When I was analyzing these things, I analyzed 3 parts of mistakes. And these 3 parts are: is mistake a blessing? Is mistake a lesson? Or is mistake a curse? So let's write down something. Mistake is a blessing because it makes us appreciate life from a divine point of value and grace. Every one of us have been making mistakes. Every one of us have been doing things that is not really correct. And we have the chance to change. So see mistake as a blessing. See mistake as something that you are supposed to learn from. God gave us this opportunity. That is why I said it's a blessing. He gave us this opportunity so that we can change. It is a blessing. Some of us need to experience these things so that we can change in our lives. Is mistake a lesson? Yes. Mistake is a lesson because we learn every day. Everyone is bound to make mistakes. Everyone is bound to make mistakes. You and I are not exempted. No matter how you try to do things in the way you feel it should be done, you always make mistakes. You will always make mistakes. Nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. Only the Creator who made us is perfect. So once you make mistake, you change. No matter how righteous you are, no matter how honest you are, no matter how peaceful you are, you will always make mistake. And it is part of life. That is why I said mistake is also a lesson. The last part is that, is mistake a curse? Mistake becomes a curse when you are not ready to move on. Mistake becomes a curse when you are not ready to move on. Mistakes lies in every doorsteps, in every doorway. When you make mistake, you try to change, but if you don't change from those things, it becomes a curse and it's going to affect your life drastically. Sometimes even when you try to move on from those things, it begins to haunt you because the time you are supposed to change from that mistake, you refuse to change. And now it is haunting you. Take this note down. A man becomes a slave to anything, underline the word anything. A man becomes a slave from anything he cannot walk away from. Anything you cannot walk away from, you are a slave to that. You are a slave to your mistakes if you don't change. This goes for pleasure, this goes for women, and this also goes for bad habit. Try as much as possible as you can to change from these things. Alright? Try as much as possible as you can to change from these things. Very important. Here's what I think mistakes should be. Make it a safe space for trying a lot of knowledgeable experiment. I just brought out the letters and I made a sentence with it. Make it a safe space for trying a lot of knowledgeable experiment. That is mistakes. And I would like to give us a story about the person who invented the modern bulb, Edison, Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison made an experiment and he tried those experiments about 999 times, trying to perfect the modern light bulb. I know many of us would have tried up to 10 times, 20, 30, would have given up. But he saw a great vision. He saw that this is a gift he's bringing to the world. Once you make mistake, you don't just give up like that. You try to change. I'm not talking about mistakes that are very harmful to you. That is why I gave us 3 parts whereby I said mistake is a blessing, mistake is a lesson, and mistake is a curse. He saw it as a great opportunity to help everyone on earth. And that is what we are enjoying till tomorrow, till another generation. This light bulb has been for decades, and every one of us is still enjoying this great gift this man has given. Make it a safe space for trying a lot of knowledgeable experiments. So I wrote down the acronym for mistake, and it's a formula that I generated myself, and I know it's going to help change our lives. It's changing my life, and I hope it's going to change your life too. Mistake. The M is management. What is management? This is a guideline you must put in place to govern your life. Your life is 100% your responsibility and you must take control of it. When you are making mistakes, you need to learn how to manage those mistakes. That is what Thomas Edison did. He managed everything so that it doesn't get into his head and gives him depression. He knows what he was going into. There are certain things that have been put in place. I don't know if you know something like risk management. Risk management is something that there's risks in it, but you have set a certain rule or guidelines in preventing that risk from going to a certain limit or a certain point where it will begin to affect your life. You must manage your life because your life is 100% your responsibility. Am I clear? So let's take down the next. The I for mistake is intention. Intention has to do with purpose. What are your purpose of these mistakes? Is it going to be profitable to your life? Is it going to be profitable to the organization? Is it going to be profitable to your family? Is it going to be profitable to your neighborhood? Is it going to be profitable to the country, to the community, to the whole world? What is your purpose of making that mistake? When World War started and nations were fighting, there's this man known as Oppenheimer. He invented the nuclear bomb, which they are using now in the world. But that was the biggest mistake on earth. It is very, very uncertain for us to even know what this life is. After creating that bomb, he knew he had made the greatest mistake of his life. He knew that. What are your intentions of creating that bomb? Thought it's just going to win the war. And up till now, that bomb has been modernizing from decades to decades, from generation to generation. Every other country are producing this weapon and is destroying lives. That is why I said, what are your intentions? Is it going to be profitable to the society? Is it going to be profitable to the country? Is it going to be profitable to everyone? Is it going to be profitable to your life? Intention, you have to make the decision and come to a conclusion. They made that mistake, and that is what we are suffering now. So, what I want you to do is to have a good intention. If you don't have that before, have it now. That is why we are going to improve and we are taking this lesson together. Let's go down to the next, which is the S. The S is known as service. What is service? The process of rendering something to the people you are serving, to the environment you reside, that is the community, the country, or worldwide. You make mistake. What is it doing to the society? What are your services are you giving? It's almost the same thing with intention. You are serving people. Most people like Thomas Edison and others who created the light bulb we are enjoying, they served the nation by inventing those products, by inventing those things to serve human race. The next, what is time? This is the continuous progression of existence. Time really don't have a real definition. As time goes on, things changes. It is irreversible. Therefore, you must not waste time. You cannot reverse time back to the 90s. You cannot reverse time back to the 70s, 100. You cannot. Every time you have, you must maximize your time. Look at the story of Diogo Jota in Liverpool. Do you think he has more time? He has made mistake. He has done everything to improve his life. Time is not a respecter of any man. Time is not a respecter of anybody. He has won his greatest achievements, the greatest achievement we know or he ever knew, he did by winning the Premier League, winning the Cup for Portugal, and getting married. But death took him away. He gave up his ghost. He has made mistakes, but he didn't give up. He kept pushing despite the fact he died at an early stage of his life. But he made sure he maximized every moment that he has. Time makes us appreciate the moment we have now. There is no time. Don't think you have more time. Make change while you still can. Alright? The next thing we have on the list on mistake is achievement. What do you understand by achievement? This is the success attained after putting a lot of effort, skill, courage to achieve a common goal or a particular goal or result. You want to achieve this and that, you must put effort. Me making this video, I'm putting my effort, I'm putting my skill to be the person I want to be. Alright? So the next is knowledge. What is knowledge? This is the process of understanding how things are done or how things needs to be done. Knowledge is the process of understanding how things are done or how things needs to be done. Once you have knowledge, you have the ability to decode anything in life. From management, intention, service, time, achievement, knowledge, down to knowledge, you have every information to decode. You have every information to decode. Let's take the definition again. Knowledge is the process of understanding how things are done or how things needs to be done. You need knowledge in everything you do. You need knowledge to help people. You need knowledge to manage risks. You need knowledge to manage your time. You need knowledge to do service, to render service to people. You need knowledge to carry out your purpose. That is your intention. You need knowledge for your achievement. Take your time and do what is right. And lastly, we have experience. Experience. That is the last for mistakes. The process of gaining knowledge through series of activities. The process of gaining knowledge through series of activities. Your management is an activity. Your intention is an activity. Your service is an activity. Your time is an activity. Your achievement is an activity. Your knowledge is an activity. Down to experience. Experience is all of it. I know when you go for a job interview, the things they always ask us, what are your experience? You know about this and that. Experience is very good, and they said experience is the best teacher. I could remember when me and my cousins were growing up, and his dad would always try to scold us, try to discipline us. But at the point in time, he discovered that no matter how hard you try, despite the fact we need guidance, despite the fact we need mentors, but the experience will always teach you how to live your life. Experience is the best teacher. Make mistake and improve. Make mistake and improve. Everybody have chances. Everybody have the time to change his or her ways. I said, mistake is a blessing. Mistake is a lesson. And mistake is a curse when you allow it to enslave you. I hope I've been able to help us to understand that mistake is good and mistake is bad. Good people do bad things too, and bad people do good things too. So make sure you try to find your spot. Make sure you try to do what is right and help yourself grow. Don't forget, I remain Abutu David. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share with family and friends. And most importantly, do me a great favor by hitting on the subscribe button. You are joining this community and we are helping each other to grow in one way or the other. Thanks for watching. Remain blessed and see you in the next video. Bye for now.